All right, so this is another journal discussions, and boy, we're going to get in deep. Now, this is based on the article that appeared in Jamaica Gleaner yesterday. It says United States Vice President salutes wholeness, and subtitle will be Pence and Tapia, who's supposed to be the next U.S.'s next ambassador to Jamaica very soon. All right, so what are you doing here? The bullshit right here. All right, and in between, I'll just be interjecting some points. So, United States Vice President Mike Pence has lauded Prime Minister Andrew Holness for its outstanding leadership of Jamaica and by extension the Caribbean region. Yeah, the bullshit's rolling right off rolling right off right here. It said, quote unquote, I want to thank the Prime Minister of Jamaica for his strong leadership of his country and in the Caribbean community. Pence said at the swearing-in ceremony of the 7th U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica, Donald Tapio, at the White House last Tuesday. Quote unquote, I also want to thank Jamaica for strong leadership in the Organization of American States, OAS, as both countries, US and Jamaica, work towards advancing key priorities for improving security, law enforcement, public health, and energy development. These corporations, and note the word right there, corporations, have benefited both countries, he added. No, what he meant to say it benefits primarily US though. I mean, Jamaica on the whole doesn't really benefit from it. I mean, except for the minority of people in Jamaica who are basically the bootlicks of America and these other countries. Yeah. All right. So Pence said that U.S. and New Jamaica are natural partners. I mean, what he means is master and servant, of course. Not that both countries share, noting that both countries share culture and economic ties as well. Meaning, what he meant to say was that Jamaica is one of the little slave colonies that we continue to appropriate and exploit. All right. Right. As well as the core beliefs in free government and rule of law. Yeah, and more bullshit right there off the top of the hat right there. I mean, Jamaica is a slave plantation colony. America, currently is the main plantation colony, and look how it treats its own people, just like how Jamaica treats its own citizens. All right, so yeah, you can see the similarities right here off the top of the hat. All right. All right, let's continue with the nonsense now. All right. He offered that given the strong alliance, both nations would continue to work towards strengthening the bond. Again, master and servant dynamic. He referenced the appointment of the new ambassador as a demonstration of his country's commitment to building a safer, more prosperous Western Hemisphere. Or what they meant to say again was that they were working to keep exploiting these third world countries for their resources. All right. In his remarks, Tapper says honored to be appointed and was committed to the task of hand. Jamaica's proximity to the United States shared values, culture, and language can facilitate increased engagement, investment, trade, and cooperation. Jamaica is a respected leader within the region. And I'm sure even Tapia is basically not probably wanted to laugh out loud when he said that part. All right. A strong partnership the United States deeply values. They value the fact that Jamaica is basically we're their obedient little lapdogs. I mean, Jamaica as a whole, we're their obedient lapdog. I mean, as long as we kowtow, cater to the whims of the empire, they're basically sing all these false praises of us. Alright, and especially with the thing with Venezuela, where due to America basically getting in the government's ear and telling them to make Venezuela excommunicado. Yeah, right. That basically was us basically doing the thing where they say jump and we say how high. That's basically one notable example. All right, and restaurant goes on to Tapia being Tapia doing some bites about how he will be honored to how he's going to step in and be Jamaica's next ambassador at the end of August, and pretty much. But the thing is not even so much about Tapia, but Tapia bears watching though. We have to understand because I really want to really need to check out his background because, as I said that I'm just wondering, okay, is he going to be another agent sent by the U.S. to keep tabs on Jamaica? Because and it's a known fact that they have have had put agents and operatives with the country to help keep the country destabilized. But what I want to get to is that this false praise that Pence, who was a piece of work, if you've checked out his background, is reaping put on wholeness and Jamaica. He's just saying all this stuff because Jamaica, as I said, is a slave colony. We've always been created as a slave colony. We still operate as a slave colony. Our be all end all is to be on a plantation. And yeah, the so-called leaders we have, some of the elite, a lot of elite we have, are basically they're the overseers that the West has allowed or put in place to make sure that the dynamic of Jamaica, this dynamic does not change. The pyramid scheme that few must be on top, the rest must be scraping at the bottom, is maintained. And this is the reason why Pence is basically praising the wholeness in Jamaica, because they see wholeness, okay, wholeness so far, well, not so far. If you check out his background, he's not that different from his predecessors in his party and the people that in the other opposition party right now. Right? They're all basically the Jamaican leaders on either side. They have an understanding that they're supposed to be figureheads, mouthpieces, pieces that are meant to primarily cater to foreign companies, foreign powers, and as well as themselves, but they're not supposed to change the dynamic of Jamaica. All right, they're not supposed to be leaders who have moral values, spine that want to see economic equality for the Jamaican populace, get cast over to destroy systematic the system, this colonial system that we're still under. We're supposed to, right, crime is still supposed to be unabated and remain unchecked because crime is not meant to be controlled. Well, it's controlled up to the point where it benefits certain people. It's not, but not to the point where crime will be neutralized and destroyed for the most part when it comes to ordinary Jamaican citizens. And this you have to really watch when people like Pence, who's basically a much more restrained version of Trump, he praises. Because people are going to read this and say, oh, and I'm talking to the coons we have in Jamaica, they're going to say, oh, Master Pence, he done me, he don't like us, he loves and adores us Jamaicans. No, he doesn't. You see, he and Trump and the rest of these racists in America see Jamaica as a little nigger colony that they can exploit and keep under their thumb. Now, the fact that to them, wholeness has already proven themselves. Wholeness has proven, okay, you're an empty suit, you're a bootlick, all right, you're a bought and paid for Negro that we can control like a puppet. Like you're just going to be dancing on our strings, doing what we tell you to do when we tell you to do it. Now, of wholeness, we're quite the opposite. If he had moral values, a spine and whatever, wholeness, oh, they'd be saying, oh, wholeness is this, he's that, he's a bad leader, he's no example for his country, he's a certain bad president for the Caribbean. So this so when you read articles like this, you have to watch this kind of language. You have to say, okay, when certain people are singing praises on certain leaders, especially if it is coming from suspected white supremacists like Pence, yeah, well, you have to be under alert though. That means that wholeness is just confirming that he's their Negro whisperer. He's their go-to guy, and that's bad news for the rest of this country. So this is something a lot of people have to understand. When when people like Pence are saying these little sound bites about the current prime minister, yeah, you know that the BS is right out the door. All right, so this is something, and this is dedicated to the Jamaicans who have their heads on straight, who are not who are not weak-willed, subservient coons. I mean, the coons are when if they hear this online, they're going to be making up their mind to attack, to go to sharpen their fangs and claws and said, "Oh, you're not to say anything bad about the prime minister. You're not supposed to say anything bad about the U.S." All right, we're all okay. U.S. and America, U.S. and Jamaica, they're our buddies, they're our friends. We're all family, and even they don't believe that nonsense when they say that though. But they're just doing what they are. They're just trying to be slaves, still trying to be slaves on that proverbial plantation. They don't. and things that they don't like to hear the truth when they hear it. But this is what the meat of the matter is about, though. Is like Jamaicans, the smart ones, know when the bullshit is setting through. That this is just meant to basically say that this is their way of saying that Holness is our puppet leader that we approve of in Jamaica. And Jamaicans who are smart enough, you need to push back against it, because you who knows what else is going to be coming now that they've basically singing song lauding and praising our current prime minister. All right, because who know what other policies they're going to allow the current government to implement on their behalf. All right, because they already did the thing with Venezuela, and the kickback is that Venezuela is considering suing us for billions. All right, and when that happens, the taxpayers in Jamaica are the ones that are going to feel the brunt of that fallout. So as I was saying, keep when you hear stuff like this, know the bullshit, know that the bullshit is coming. Know that there's some more things to come. All right. So and as for Tapia, I'm trying to find something on Tapia. All right. Let me see if I can find someone on Tapia, because again, this is somebody else we need to keep watch out. Keep watch. Put on the watch. Or sorry, not Jake Tapia, Donald Tapia. Sorry. That was my mistake. I meant to say Donald Tapio. Yeah, may I was confusing with someone else, but anywho's. Alright. Okay, the fact that he's nominated by Donald Trump. Donald Trump again, we really need to kind of be on the lookout for this guy. You have to kind of just do, yeah, you can't, yeah, you have to really just keep on the lookout. All right, cause yeah. Yeah, so like I said, anyone who's nominated by Trump, yeah, you kind of have to be on the alert. So that's pretty much what I say. If anyone has some more information on Tapio, please hit me up. But this is going in the general discussions for state of Jamaica and the Caribbean, because all of us have to be on the lookout, because the bullshit is more and more to come, and Jamaicans, we need to stop I won't say gullible. We have to stop being cowards, all right? Because we have this culture. If we speak out against anybody, especially in a position of power, who can harm and cause detriment to our country or society, we turn to we turn into, yeah, we have this three monkeys policy where we hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. But again, when it comes to gay rights, yeah, that's when all of us get all the courage in the world to speak out against it. Doesn't matter who that gay person or gay organization is. And again, I'm saying to sense, if you have all that energy to be mad at the gay community for whatever reason, you have to have more energy to be more angry at this whole corrupt system, this whole corrupt global corrupt global movement. All right, especially the one the part that's headed by the empire. All right, but then again, too many Jamaicans believe that being cold, burying their heads in the ground and not doing anything, especially when it comes to trying to fight for survival. I mean, that's secondary. I mean, we'd rather just die, die on our feet, or whatever, or roll over rather than do anything. But I choose not to be one of those people. But anyways, this will go into State of Jamaica and Caribbean. Check out my other YouTube pages, Miles Goosen Friend and Miles Productions. Okay.